tackles on defense. The Purples did give up 237 rushing yards to North Hardin, and that's something McCracken County will look to exploit tonight. Jonathan Smith lost his McCracken County opener 54-14 to Paducah Tillman last week. The Mustangs did run for 106 yards, but they'll need to get quarterback Pryor Lamb some more deep opportunities. He completed 8 passes for just 81 yards in last week's loss. Bowling Green leads the all-time series 5-0, including a 14-10 win over the Mustangs last year.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold and never underestimate you.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYonline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYonline.com.
Proud supporter of Tiger Sports, Big John's Barbecue says, "Go Tigers."
That's a look at our Week 2 matchups on your Sports Edge Football Friday. I'm Scott Brown. We'll recap some of these games later tonight at yoursportsedge.com. We invite you to listen to our show each week as it kicks off our Friday night football coverage.
Coming up next, we head to the stadium for pregame coverage of the Caldwell County Tigers. This has been your Sports Edge Football Friday on WPKY 103.3 FM and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
You're listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold and never underestimate you.
Saturday mornings at 9, we're talking sports at the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery. Join Todd Griffin along with your Caldwell County football coaches for the live Saturday morning quarterback. Be part of the conversation in person or on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Black Patch Grill says, "Go Tigers." Good luck this season.
Tiger football is on the air on 1580 103.3 WPKY on your free WPKY app and worldwide streaming audio on WPKYonline.com. It's time for the Caldwell County Coaches Show on WPKY.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Will Barnes pregame interview. Tonight we are in Madisonville to take on the Maroons. This is Bob Hayes, and I'll be back with the Tiger head coach after these messages from our sponsors.
At Triceus, they're ordering it your way. How would you like to have a vehicle built just for you? Little things are important, like rich colors, big screens and displays, almost like watching TV. Exteriors with beautiful style and powerful engines that respond to the lightest touch on the accelerator. It's time to get what you want. Order your new ride and feel the thrill when you drive off the lot. Triceus in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit Triceus.com. That's Triceus.com.
Pennyroyal Hospice Executive Director, Kelly Martin.
Living to the fullest with Pennyroyal Hospice means relief. R is for when that time comes that you face a restriction in the health of your life. E is for the ease of access to get that help that you so desperately need. L is for the life boost that hospice provides both for the patient and for the family. I stands for the individualized plan of care for your loved one. E is for the emergency plan that is developed specifically for you as a hospice patient. The letter F, we fill in the gaps after someone passes with an amazing and extended bereavement program.
Living to the fullest means relief with Pennyroyal Hospice.
You hear me?
Celebrating 40 years of care for our loved ones.
Bradley Furniture wishes all the Tigers good luck this season.
Welcome back to the interview. Last Friday night, the Tigers opened the 2022 season in Hopkinsville.
I'm hearing really good. I like
losing
how
to the Christian
that's a good
County Colonels
volume on our
18-9.
voice too.
Having had time to replay
Sounds
that game
nice.
in your mind, Will, what comes to mind about the Tigers' performance last Friday night?
For the
Check
most
one,
part, I
two.
felt like we played
Check
with
one,
pretty good
two.
effort.
Probably bring
Check,
Bob's mic
check,
down a little
check
bit.
one,
A lot
two.
of execution mistakes, and they had
Check 1, 2.
touchdowns on
Check
3
1,
big
2.
plays.
Sounds good.
1, 2.
Going into the game, I felt like we were pretty equal, and I told the guys I thought it would come down to special teams, turnovers, or who had the most big plays, and we were kind of pretty much even on we were even on turnovers. Special teams, we might have had a slight edge, but they really made some big plays that they turned into touchdowns, and we weren't able to. We had some big plays, we just weren't able to get touchdowns out of those. So to me, that was the difference in the game. And when you play somebody that's similar to you, that's usually how it gets determined.
And one of the things that struck me, we got some really excellent performances from a lot of our youth in that game, especially the field goal. You don't expect a freshman to come in and boot a 37-yard field goal on his first attempt, but he did. Cooper Mobley had a nice game on defense, and I'm sure there were 2 or 3, 4 others in there that you could brag on. I'm thinking in the line, Preston Burrell. Every snap back to Luke last week was at his belt buckle.
Yeah, we had a lot of young guys and inexperienced guys at the varsity level step up and did some good things. And, at certain times, I think that youth did show up. But, I hope we've watched the film, taken the coaching, and hopefully those things don't show up again this Friday.
And as they say, you probably have your biggest improvement from game 2 from game 1. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Luke Parker will do in this upcoming game after his performance last week against Christian County.
Yeah, I think, with his first start, I think he was a little nervous and was a little uptight, especially early in the game. But I think, you saw spurts of what he can do. Making a big run down the sideline where everybody kind of thought he was down. And then they're in the second quarter leading a decent drive, and we had a miscommunication that kind of stopped that drive. And then in the fourth quarter, and really second half, played a lot better and made some plays with his feet, made some plays down the field that we've got to be able to make to be good on offense. And I really think the more he plays, the better he'll get. And to me, it's the hardest position to play in sports, and it's not an easy thing to go out there, in your first start and do every little thing the right way. So I think he'll be better tonight, and he's had a good week of practice.
And just looking at Luke, just things that stick out in my mind, he was had completion percentage over 50%, no interceptions. Yet on that 20-yard run down the sideline, how easy could it have been for him to step out of bounds and not risk getting hit? That to me is a toughness type of measure that he's willing to play.
Yeah, and he's incredibly competitive, and I just think that's, being the little brother and being around their family, it's a lot of good athletes, and he's had to be tough to hang around and to play with older kids, and so that helps him. And of course, he's playing on defense and played a decent amount of defense. So he's got a lot on his plate, but we put that on his plate because we feel like he can handle it, and he'll continue to get better.
And several other performances last week by the Tigers that stood out in my mind, and you complimented this young man after the game, Jameis Carnahan. Everything he did was at 110% effort.
Yeah, you look, you always say from the you want great effort from the opening kickoff, and Jameis goes down there and is the first one down on the kickoff, and got held up and wasn't able to get off a block for whatever reason. But he's the first guy down there, and just to be disruptive from the get go. And I think he came out in one play. He's on just about every special team. Had over 20 touches, and had 6, 7, 8 tackles. Just a tremendous effort, and we expect that out of him. And he had a really good game, and he's another one that'll just continue to get better, and then a reliable guy.
Something that he does, and I think did well last Friday night in my eyes, that off tackle slant. He hits it so hard and fast, and he's tough to bring down. He gets a seam. He's going to take it 20, 25 yards easily.
Yeah, he's a hard-nosed runner, and has got pretty good vision, and does a really good job with the ball in his hand. And I felt like he had a really good game in the backfield, and like we talked about coming into the season, he's got to get more touches, and he's a big part of our offense.
And to me, a typical Camden Wolford football game last week was he's always in double digits on tackles. He's on the field everywhere where there's a tackle being made. You're going to catch his number either in the pile or right there to make the tackle. Seniors last week, Connor King, Kenyon Richardson, both I'm sure played well.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys played both ways, and I know it was a cool night, but we didn't have a whole lot of conditioning issues. I didn't feel like, and that's good to see that they're pushing themselves in practice, and some of that stuff that like Connor King has been in the weight room since basically December with us, and to see that stuff pay off where he could hold up a whole game was good to see.
Well, and the other thing, I know we had 2 long pass plays last week, one to Logan Chambliss and one to Jameis, and I think as a quarterback, you're liking to see that happening because it can happen in the passing game. And but tonight in Madisonville, what improvements? I know we also get 3 players back tonight, possibly that we didn't have last Friday night.
Yeah, we should be about as healthy, really, as we've been since when we came back from the dead period. So
since spring break.
Yeah. So that's good to get some guys back and help us a little bit depth wise. We hopefully Jameis doesn't have to have 20 and 25 touches on offense, where he can kind of lighten the load with him on offense a little bit, more like 15 touches, so he's more effective on both sides of the ball.
And you mentioned it earlier, what hurt us last week were the 3 big plays, 30-yard touchdown pass, 28-yard touchdown pass, 55-yard touchdown pass. If we don't have those, who knows what the outcome of the game would be. I don't know whether Christian County could have driven it down closer to the goal line.
Yeah, you look, one of them's a 4th down. One of them was like 1st and 40. So there were some situations where you got a team in a 4th down situation. You got to get off the field, and then 1st and 40. Yeah, you can't give up a first down, much less the touchdowns. But those things are gonna happen, unfortunately. But what I did like is I felt defensively we kept battling, and obviously it wasn't always perfect, but we played well enough where in the 3rd quarter or early 4th quarter, we had to score a touchdown. We got a chance to get the 2-point conversion to cut it to a 7-point game, and really felt like we hadn't played great, and that's what you want, and I think you go back. To talk about last year's team, that's what we were able to do last year. Is it didn't always look pretty, but we were able to stay in games and keep plugging away, and we kind of saw a little bit of that Friday night. We just got to get a little bit more offense with it, and hopefully that'll change tonight.
The thing that I know last week, counting the reps in the game 5, do we still use the 7 when we have a home football game?
Yes, and that's just up to the the home school, whoever's hosting, whether they want 5 or 7.
Well, and there's still some question in my mind on that last touchdown catch by Christian County, whether he was it came down with the ball in bounds or out of bounds. My view, he came down with it out of bounds, but I don't count.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know. And they said he was in, so that's what we go with. And really, just shouldn't be in that position where a guy gets behind us in that situation anyway.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure we've had a great deal of counseling this week on our D-backs, not letting people get behind us and all that. But what things have we done this week in practice, Will, to tweak the defense or the offense? I know we're getting 3 players back, but that's got to help us a little bit.
We really haven't changed a whole lot. Just trying to clean up what we're doing wrong over the couple of scrimmages and what we saw last Friday night. And, it's not anything, earth-shattering or anything like that. It's just trying to come in and get better every single day. And if we'll do that, I think we can be a pretty good football team, but we can't continue to make the same mistakes and expect different results.
Well, and as we know, last week is over. What we've got to concentrate on this week, and that's going to do it with a look at the Tigers. And we'll look at our opponent, Madisonville North Hopkins, after we return from these messages from our sponsors.
Celebrate 25 years of Planters Bank with 2,500 points. Introducing the Planters Bank 25-year celebration special. Earn 2,500 You Choose Rewards points. Get a free Visa check card with every new checking account open. And they'll add 2,500 You Choose Rewards points to your Visa check card balance. That's like getting $25 in your account before you even get started. That's their way of celebrating 25 years with you. Planters Bank, 25 years of great things. Member FDIC.
For 71 years, WPKY has been your proven source for information, news, and sports. As we continue our legacy, join us weekdays at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. Plus, 24/7 when you need it at WPKYonline.com and worldwide on the free WPKY app. The complete coverage you deserve from a proven partner. No fees. The way it should be. We are 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Good luck, Tigers. Have a great season. From Treasures Remembered.
At First Southern National Bank, we believe in your future. We also know that you want to prepare now so your family is ready for opportunities when they arrive. We make it our priority to provide simple savings solutions to make that possible. Begin your savings journey now by opening an account online at fsmb.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the interview. So what can you tell us about Madisonville?
They played a really good Union County team last week. It was 28-6, and really, you look at the ball game. They had a couple of shots, plays down the field that they just barely missed on. There could have been big plays that led to touchdowns, and to me, I think the score was a little deceptive, and it wasn't Union County didn't just completely dominate them. I think Madisonville just, missed on a couple plays here and there. Union County's got some really good skill players that made some plays on offense to make big plays. So, I was really impressed with their effort against Union County because Union's got a really good team and, we'll have to play really well.
Looking at the Madisonville and the stats that put up against Union County in that game, they nearly totaled 400 yards of total offense. So it's not like they were 110 yards and lost the game 28-6. And they had a really healthy dose. I guess number 11 quarterback Anais Mitchell ran for like 201 yards, 16 carries last week. So he's at the quarterback position, even though he's listed as a running back.
Yeah, he plays quarterback and, does a really good job. If something breaks down, 16 carries for 200 yards is really a good night.
That's a pretty good average.
Yeah, he's extremely fast, great runner, and does just is good enough in the pocket making throws where you've got to honor that too. So a big time playmaker, and I was really impressed with him on film.
And you mentioned looking at the Union County stats. Union County had 3 players average over 90 yards a runner last week. None of them named Steele Sportee, by the way. So do we think we maybe have a shot at running the ball like Union County did against Madisonville?
Offensively, we've always got to try to run the ball, and I don't feel like we've got the team where we can throw 50 and 60 times a game and expect to win. So we've got to try to run the ball, but the way they play defense, it'll be difficult. They do a good job on the defensive line of making it difficult to move those guys, and they're active at the linebacker positions, and their safeties are active in the run game. So, I don't think it's we're going to have to throw it a little bit as well. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to run it to sustain drives and win the game in the fourth quarter.
In looking at the Madisonville passer, he ran well, 13 out of 29. But as you say, he has a presence in the pocket that if you don't honor that, he could hurt you.
Yeah, he does a really good job of finding running lanes, and he's one of the faster kids we played at quarterback in a while. So if he gets in the open field, he's really dangerous.
And without knowing a lot about Madisonville, I guess obviously there were no kickoffs or punts returned last week. Their special teams are just like everybody else, is just getting started, and you don't know where the strengths and the weaknesses are on the special teams.
Yeah, it's not having a scrimmage, and some people they don't even do special teams in a scrimmage. It's early in the year, like you said, and you may only have one kickoff or one punt, or it's hard to gauge things off special teams off of just a couple of plays. So that's where you just got to be fundamental in your scheme and what we've been doing since we got back in July, and then adjust to what they're doing as the game goes on.
In looking at, when you mentioned our passing attack has to be there tonight in some fashion to soften up Madisonville so that the run might become more effective. What kind of practice has Luke had this week, and from his experience against Christian County?
I think he's had a really good week of practice, and he's got to do a better job just of getting the ball out of his hands. He's so athletic and wants to make a big play. I think sometimes last week he tried to make a big play even if it wasn't there, and so we got to get the ball out a little bit faster. He understands that, and but like I said, there were a lot of things we saw last week that like the touchdown to Xavier. Stood in the pocket, delivered a throw down the middle, and we haven't seen that type of throw here in a little while. So getting those plays to show up more often, and realizing it's not always going to be a 25, 30-yard throw that we've got to have, that getting it to the back or throwing the ball away or those types of things are something that he's got to learn, and really that's something all quarterbacks have to learn at some point. And like I said, we've got a ton of confidence in him. We put a lot on his plate because we think he can handle it, and I really think he'll continue to get better, and that'll hopefully show up tonight.
Speaking of that particular touchdown pass to Xavier Bumpus, I thought Xavier caught the ball well on a couple, 3 occasions in traffic, without hearing footsteps or people breathing down his neck. And Luke, as you mentioned, put that ball in there perfect on the touchdown pass, and Xavier nabbed it. Some people have shaky feet in that situation or shaky hands or feel like they're going to get hit. So I think Xavier, first game, really, he should be able to show quite a bit of improvement tonight in what he's learning on the football field.
Yeah, he's got a natural ability as a receiver, and he's continuing to get better with technique, but he can really be a game changer, and those contested type catches are what he's really good at, and I think that's, he's played a lot of basketball, and I think that's helped him out quite a bit.
And I guess other points that we need, you say practice has been well this week. The kids have practiced well.
Yeah, we've had a good week of practice, and didn't have a JV game Monday night, so had a little bit longer of a practice Monday, so had a good week and feel really good about where we're at.
And the injury situation we've touched on, you think we're in as good a healthy situation as we've been in some time?
Yeah, we're about as healthy as we've been since we've started.
And weather, looks like some of the heat has returned, but that shouldn't be a factor tonight. You mentioned conditioning, so one thing I guess that happens in that type of situation are cramps.
Yeah, and, that wasn't a huge problem last week, but if it's going to be a little bit hotter, that's always a concern. But hopefully, if we can run some guys in and out with us having a couple of guys back, where we can give some guys some more breaks that we weren't able to do last week.
And Will, final thoughts on tonight's game?
Really, pleased with some of the progress we've made. We've obviously got a long way to go, but looking forward to tonight's game, and hopefully that improvement will show up, and we'll have to play really well against a good Madisonville team that obviously wants to get a win, and just looking forward tonight and to seeing how we play.
And that's going to conclude our interview with the Tiger head coach. My thanks to Will Barnes for granting us this interview. As mentioned, we are in Madisonville for tonight's game. I invite you to listen on WPKY FM 103.3 and watch the live stream at WPKYonline.com. Join Dennis Stevens, Todd Griffin, Gary Goodacre, Chris George, John Miller, and me, Bob Hayes, for the broadcast that is coming up next as the Tigers try to even their record at 1-1. So long, everyone.
You Ride in Princeton just might buy your vehicle. They are always looking for quality inventory. So if you would like to sell yours, talk to the nice folks at You Ride. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, You Ride is here. They are hometown proud and here to deliver the same great customer service they always have. Stop by or call for an appointment with one of their sales specialists. Call 270-365-3018. On-the-lot financing is available. You can even apply online at uridesales.com. You Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton. Hometown proud.
KFC Princeton, offering their amazing fried chicken and all the fix-its. You can dine in or call your order for pickup inside or use their convenient drive-thru. Your local KFC is located on the Marion Road in Princeton. Whether you enjoy a quick lunch or take dinner home or maybe take something to a friend in need, they're always ready to help. They're also looking for team members at KFC. Ask about becoming a member of their team. KFC on the Marion Road, where they appreciate your support and they are Princeton strong.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling the Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
Raider Auction Company is excited to cheer on all the Tiger athletes this season. Go Tigers from Raider Auction Company.
Time to head live to the stadium for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew. The Caldwell County Tiger pregame show is on the air.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to coverage of Caldwell County Tigers football on WPKY. Tonight, the Tigers are on the road for the second straight week to open the season, facing the 0-1 Madisonville Maroons. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll start breaking this one down on the Farmers Bank pregame show next on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Hey guys, it's Kelly Capps with Farmers Bank. Buying a home can be stressful, and I'm sure you have many questions like what's a good rate? What type of loan is right for me? I'm here to walk you through the process. Whether you're buying your first home, downsizing, or looking to upgrade, Farmers Bank has the options for you. We offer rural housing, VA loans, and so much more. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call, or you can apply online at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Learn about your heart health with a simple scan. The Cardiology Clinic at Caldwell Medical Center features a highly trained team of heart health specialists and years of experience in cardiac health and wellness. Our specialists provide a wide range of cardiac-specific services, offering coronary artery calcium testing, stress test, echocardiograms, sleep studies, and more, all right here close to home. To schedule an appointment, visit caldwellmedical.com.
The roof isn't just part of the house, it completes it. It makes you feel safe and secure, so it needs to be properly installed. The importance of having a high quality and well-maintained roof is what motivates Bluegrass Roofing to serve this area, using quality materials without excess cost. Bluegrass Roofing is a Master Elite GAF certified installer, fully licensed and insured. They thank you for voting them the best roofing company in Western Kentucky. For roofing and claim info, find them at bluegrassroofpros.com.
At yoursportsedge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players. And while they are not gold, those crystal awards we have won for doing what we love to do are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner. YourSportsEdge.com.
Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress wishes all the Tiger athletes good luck this season. Go Tigers. Give it your all from Herb Hayes Furniture.
Welcome back to the Farmers Bank pregame show. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, home of the Tiger debit card, the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County. Their team wants to wish the Tigers good luck this season and to let you know that they are there to support you. You can bank on it. We are in Madisonville, Kentucky tonight. The Tigers will take on the Maroons, both teams looking for their first win of the season. Dennis Stevens here along with Bob Hayes and John Miller in the booth. Todd Griffin and Gary Goodacre will be down on the field. We'll talk to those guys a little bit later in the pregame show. Bob, Caldwell County stayed in a game, made it competitive last week, losing 18-9 to Christian County on the road. But you get the addition of 3 players back from that injured list and a game under Luke Parker's belt. I'm looking for a lot of good things coming out of this football game tonight against Madisonville.
They always say the most improved a team can be is from week 2 to from week 1, so we're looking forward to see what happens there. We gave up 3 big plays last week, which resulted in touchdowns. I'm sure we worked on that this week as far as coverages. All 3 of those were a result of passes. And having those 3 guys back, Dennis, is big as far as building depth and having some players take a rest. To me, right now, it's harder now than it was this time last Friday in Christian County. And there may very well be some cramping tonight. The humid conditions are back.
We've got a light breeze, partly cloudy skies here. It should be around 80 degrees at kickoff, low 70s by the time this one wraps up tonight. Bob, let's take a look at the Tigers, 0-1 on the season. These 2 teams are pretty evenly matched, but it's going to be a lot on the shoulders still of Luke Parker until he gets in his stride, and we know what to expect, maybe more game to game out of Luke. But the last week's game against Christian County, Coach Barnes said he was maybe a little nervous, a little bit on edge about the game. He's got that under his belt tonight. He's going to come out with some experience and look to throw the ball. He had a good night throwing last week, though. Second half, not quite as good as the first, but still 16 out of 31, over 50%, at 195 yards through the air.
And no picks either, so that was big. I'm anxious to see how the offensive line has developed this week because he was on the run several times last week, and I know the coaches have worked with him in practice in getting rid of the ball on 2 or 3 occasions that he tried to run last week and make a big play. It didn't work out for Luke. So I think he's received some coaching in that area, and I think he'll perform well. And I'm just looking forward to see what one game under his belt does for his confidence.
Last week you could tell in the second half Caldwell went to more of a rollout with Parker trying to buy a little bit of time because Christian County was really getting through the line. I don't know if that was maybe a little bit of fatigue on the line, a little bit of inexperience, but hopefully he'll be able to stay back in the pocket this week, look for what he needs to look for, and make some completions down the field. And Coach Barnes said they don't all have to be 25 yards.
Absolutely not. And when he threw the ball last week and connected, he threw the ball well. And Xavier Bumpus caught the ball well too, as well as Jameis Carnahan. And so we've got guys. We had about 4 or 5 different receivers last week that caught the ball. So it's not like it's a one-man show for Luke. He's only looking at one guy. He's spreading the ball certainly around the field, and that's got to help the offense. And what we are trying to do, I think, is soften up their defense so that we can establish a running game more or less.
Bob, the injury report we usually have a little bit later in the pregame show, but it's going to play a pretty big part tonight. So I say we go ahead and do that a little bit earlier tonight. The injury report is brought to you by Caldwell Medical Center. Caldwell Medical Associates Orthopedic Clinic is your one-stop shop for orthopedic care to help get you back out on the field. Our skilled team of providers have experience and knowledge to treat and diagnose a wide range of orthopedic services. Caldwell Medical Associates is a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics.
And so far, Dennis, the injury report are the 3 guys that were out last week due to injury are back. That's Brady Holman, Demarius Thompson, and Landon Davis is back. So we'll see those kids play quite a bit of action tonight. And as I say, that gives some people time to rest on the sideline and not have to go both ways, play after play. Coach Barnes did tell me that as far as he knew that Jameis Carnahan took 1 play off last week.
Yeah, that kid's a workhorse. Let's go back to your point on that offensive line a little bit. You had a player step in last week in place of Holman that did, I thought, from our broadcast booth, a fantastic job. Snaps were all on target, and that's Preston Burrell.
In my opinion, Preston had a marvelous game for a sophomore, thrust into that role. Obviously, he had shown the ability of learning at practice, executing at practice, because you just don't come into a game and do that snap after snap after snap after snap. Because last year we saw several snaps go awry, and Jack Stevens have to jump, bend over, run wide. But every snap last week was to Luke Barker's belt buckle.
Just got to pack a little weight on Mr. Burrell over the next couple of years and make him a little more sizable in the middle of that line. So Brady Holman back tonight. We assume he's going to be back in that starting spot, but like you said, still warm this time of year, may be spelled at times by Burrell. The other player on offense is D-Man Thompson.
And we're looking forward to see what D-Man does out of the backfield and how much they play him both ways. But he definitely is an offensive threat, either running the ball or catching the ball. Great hands, good size, tough, strong, and the ability to run with the ball. It should work to our benefit tonight, Dennis.
And the other player coming back, of course, is Davis, playing one of the linebacker spots on defense. We look for maybe a little bit better containment, and we don't really expect Madisonville to be as quick as Christian County trying to get around the edge.
We're not sure. Madisonville has a huge number of players, and they do look, just looking in preseason or pregame practice down here, they look like they have some size. But Christian County is always noted for speed, athleticism, and all that. So we'll see how. In last week's game, Union County solved their defense pretty well by having 3 guys rush in excess of 90 yards. So we'll see how our O-line does against their D-line.
Caldwell County had chances to maybe take the lead late in that game. You had Caldwell County going for 2-point conversions a little bit early. Some would debate it. I mean, there's been talk during the week, but I think I understand what Coach Barnes wanted to do. We weren't really showing we were moving the ball well, and a chance to get a couple of 8-point scoring plays that gives you a lead and maybe a chance to hold on for the win. So I don't really disagree with the call a lot. I'm behind it. But Caldwell County played good defensively last week.
The other thing that Coach Barnes brought out is that one of those touchdowns was really as a result of a 1st down and 40 for Christian County that they converted. That should never happen in any level of football, and he was a little bit upset about that. And I know we worked on what kind of defensive coverage we need to have in that kind of a situation, but no, I can't. I certainly won't fault going for 2 points there and having a chance to get it tied with a touchdown in an extra point conversion.
They haven't started the countdown clock here at Madisonville at Badgett Complex, but we have about 25 minutes according to our clock before we kick this one off between the Tigers and the Maroons. Madisonville losers last week as well, lost to Union County 28-6. Caldwell dropped it 18-9 to Christian County. We're going to take a break here on the Farmers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our first field visit with Todd Griffin and Gary Goodacre, so stay tuned for that. That's next on the Farmers Bank pregame show on WPKY.
If you're involved in an auto accident, it's your choice where your vehicle is repaired. Some insurance companies refer you to pro shops because they give the insurance company discounts. But with those discounts, the insurance company has input on the parts used and might not always use what is best. At Trice Hughes Body Shop, they're not partnered with an insurance company, but they give the same lifetime limited warranty to the person who owns the vehicle at the time of repairs. Visit Trice Hughes in Princeton for your vehicle repairs.
The world is always on, but you shouldn't be. Put junk sleep to bed. During Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $700 on ceiling. Talk to a sleep expert and unjunk your sleep today. Mattress Firm.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Let's talk sports every Saturday morning. Be part of the live Saturday morning quarterback at the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery with host Todd Griffin and your Caldwell County Tiger football coaches. Listen live or come be a part of the conversation Saturday mornings at 9 on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Good luck to all Tiger athletes from Bella Marie Boutique. Go Tigers.
Welcome back to Madisonville, Kentucky at Badgett Complex. As we roll on the Farmers Bank pregame show, Farmers Bank and Trust Company is your home of the Tiger debit card. That's the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County. Stop in and ask the guys about the Tiger debit card at Farmers Bank. Just about 22 minutes before we kick this one off, Caldwell County and Madisonville tonight, both 0-1 on the season, so somebody's going to even that record at 500. Bob, feels like a little bit of a breeze starting to stir here at Madisonville. We can feel it a little bit in the press box, but you can see the trees on the far side really starting to wave. That should help the conditions for the players down on the field on still a pretty warm night in August.
That the breeze will come in handy tonight for sure, Dennis, and it could really start blowing in here. It wouldn't upset me at all.
Absolutely.
On that, our press box tonight, much warmer than it was last week over in Hopkinsville. So Tigers are continuing to work out on the field. Madisonville has gone in for their last-minute instructions, but the Tigers are still loosening up, running through some of their pregame sets and now they've put on the clock, and we're 19 minutes and 50 seconds away from kickoff.
All right, so they have started us on that. We're going to go down now for our first Go Green Field report of the night. Let's take it down to the sidelines with Todd and Gary.
All right, guys, we're down here getting ready for the Tigers and the Maroons tonight, and just had a good chat with a couple of former Tigers who are now up at Kentucky Wesleyan. Gary?
Yes, Blake Brevet and Angel Long stopped by. They've started classes, and they're going to be busy with some football now, but it's nice to see that former Tigers still trying to come by and support the players they played with in previous years, and I think they're going to have a good game tonight to watch.
Yeah, we're a little concerned, though, because they said they drove through some heavy rain coming down. So, we can actually see a rainbow back behind the stadium now. So we're hoping the wet stuff stays away from us.
Yeah, we don't need any weather delays tonight. The field looks gorgeous here. The weather is just perfect. We're shaded, and it's going to be important because, once again, I'll stress that we have a lot of players going both ways. It doesn't hurt to have a little cool weather to help keep them fresher as the game goes on when you play, 50, 60, maybe even 80 plays both defensively and offensively.
Well, an important game here tonight for the Tigers, even though it's week 2. After the loss to Christian County last week, you don't want to get off to an 0-2 start, especially with a tough Hopkinsville team coming in next week.
Well, definitely want to get back on the winning track. The key is going to be that we've got some players coming back, at least 3 that I know of that did not get to play last week. And what's going to happen there is you're going to have some people that can run the ball more. We'll have more running backs, more fresh linemen to rotate in. So I think that's going to help us a lot. And plus, this is going to be a measuring stick game. This opponent, Madisonville, played a future opponent, Union County, and lost. So maybe we can get a little comparison going after tonight's result.
Well, and it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight between the 2 running games. I think that's going to kind of pave the way for whoever gets out of here with a win tonight.
Well, their quarterback rushed for quite a bit last week for Madisonville, Aeneas, and what I'm looking for us to do is establish the run early because I think that'll take the pressure off Luke Parker. When we were behind, I think he felt like he had to do a little too much. I think if we can get a lead or keep it within a touchdown, that we can play some more safe passes, and I think that'll get him a higher percentage completion rate, and if we do that, we're going to move the chains and things are going to go a lot better.
Aeneas Mitchell with over 200 yards last week over at Union County, but Union able to limit Madisonville to just 6 points. So, I thought the Caldwell defense last week played pretty good against Christian County's running game until late in the game when I thought the Tigers maybe wore down just a little bit up front.
Big plays were basically the problem against Christian County, that we gave up big plays, and we were really doing well most of the time, just a couple of defensive lapses. So I think if we get those things basically controlled, and remember those were passes, I don't think Madisonville's going to throw the ball as much. If they don't have the passing game that Christian County does, then I don't see them making the big plays, Madisonville, that Christian did. I think we can limit their scoring, and that would be key to giving us the opportunity to open up our passing game.
First time the Tigers have played a game here in a while. It's been since 2008. And if you go back to about 1981, Gary, I think we've only played 3 games over here since that time. So the Madisonville North Hopkins series has kind of had some starts and stops through the years. Caldwell with a slim lead right now, 15-14 overall.
This is a logical opponent for us. We probably need to keep them on our schedule. They are in our district for, the team sports, volleyball, etc., and it's a close trip. And right now, they're at a position where we're fairly competitive with them. About 3 years ago, they were a state Final Four team. Yeah. But right now, I think that they're rebuilding, and we're retooling as well. So I think this is a good matchup for us, both in proximity and in talent level.
Well, a couple of years ago, they had a really good team come through and got to the state semifinals in 5A. Lost a lot of seniors off of that, so they've been kind of trying to retool ever since.
Was that in 2020 when that was just one of our 2 evaporated games?
I believe so.
Okay, so we missed them that time. But the way I look at their running game, I think stopping the run is a strength of ours. I think our linebackers did very well last week, plus we get another linebacker back in Landon Davis. So I'm really looking forward to us having a fine defensive output. And, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to force some turnovers. We only forced the 1 last week. I think we can force multiple this week, get short fields, and I think we can put some points on the board.
Yeah, should be an entertaining game here tonight, guys. Back up to you. I'm not sure it'll be necessarily a pretty game tonight, but I think this game will be really, really competitive.
Thank you, Todd and Gary. And, we are looking for a really good game tonight out of Caldwell County as they try to get in that win column tonight against Madisonville. We're going to take a quick break here on the Farmers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a quick look at Madisonville and a few other things lined up here on the pregame show, so stay tuned for that. That's next on WPKY.
Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
Want faster, more reliable internet? Penny Riley Electric is proud to help power EnergyNet fiber internet service. Stream your favorite shows, game with unlimited data, work from home, or power your home security with a reliable EnergyNet connection. EnergyNet has gig speed fiber internet packages starting at just $59.95 per month. And we offer local support. Check GoEnergyNet.com to see if EnergyNet fiber internet is available in your home.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYOnline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYOnline.com.
Cozy Living Interior and Boutique, cheering on all Tiger athletes.
Welcome back to the Farmers Bank pregame show. Farmers Bank and Trust Company of Princeton, home of the Tiger debit card. That's the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes here in the booth, along with John Miller down in the truck. And a beautiful night here for some football, hoping the showers in the area kind of bypass us. Everything is looking good. The field in great condition tonight, Bob. So optimum conditions for Caldwell County to come out and get win number one against an opponent that lost last week 28-6, but it wasn't the real spanking that you would think that score would indicate. Madisonville actually put up some pretty good yardage. The quarterback, Anias Mitchell, is a dual threat. He was 13 out of 29 through the air, still threw for 126 yards and one interception, but on the ground ran the ball 16 times and picked up 201 yards.
And in that game, Dennis, it's rare that you have total offense approaching 400 yards and lose the football game, but they lost it 28-6. So we don't know how they self-destructed as they got to the red zone. So we're anxious to see whether that's where they tried to put their passing game in play. And 13 out of 29 is not an outstanding percentage by any means. So a lot of interesting chess pieces going to be played around here tonight. Your move, now it's my move.
You look for Mitchell. I don't think we're going out on a limb here. Mitchell's going to have the ball in his hand most of the offensive plays. Out of 64 offensive plays last week, Mitchell was involved in 49 of those.
We've got to contain him. We cannot let him contain on the outside, understanding from Coach Barnes that he is extremely fast and shifty, and we've looked at him warming up tonight. He has a pretty good looking arm as well. So we'll have our hands full tonight trying to contain him.
Just under 11 minutes to go before we kick this one off. Want to tell everybody about the coin toss. They still do that early, but the coin toss, Bob, I'll let you tell them about our fine friends at Farless Realty that sponsors our coin toss. And we will have the results on that just a little bit later on this evening.
And as Dennis said, it's sponsored by Farless Realty. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty today and let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help, and interest rates are still reasonably low. They will work hard to find you a home that will fit you and your family and your budget. Contact Farless Realty at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. Check out all their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. And while I've got the mic, Dennis, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. Our first quarter brought to us by one of our favorite sponsors. That's Cozy Living. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. It's been under the ownership and management of Pam and Hab Haberlock for the past 3 years. Beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories, and gifts. They are also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
And Bob, it looks like we are going to have the color guard come across at midfield here at Madisonville. So we, along with everybody else, will remove our caps and we'll put the microphones out the window and pick Todd's up for tonight's national anthem.
Lieutenant Commander Alex Gonzalez, United States Navy Flag Cadet Petty Officer Bradley Powell, Right Rifleman Cadet Master Chief Tom Welborn, and Left Rifleman Cadet Petty Officer Blake. Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing until the colors have been retired following the anthem.
That's the Madisonville North Hopkins High School Band performing tonight's national anthem. Bob, a kind of an inopportune time to have a train going by on the tracks reasonably close here to the stadium, but a good job by those kids on the national anthem tonight. We're going to take a quick break, our last break of the Farmers Bank pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have the, let's see what we're going to have here, Bob, the power line play of the week last week, also the kickoff and tonight's prayer. So stay tuned for that. That's all coming up as we finish up the Farmers Bank pregame show here on WPKY.
Hey, sports fans, you wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense. When it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? At Goodwin Insurance, they take care of all your insurance needs. You deserve someone that provides comprehensive coverage and is working alongside you in your community. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
At yoursportsedge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players.
Where did it show up there?
And while they are not gold, those crystal awards we have won for doing what we love to do are pretty cool too.
Something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner.
Ball game over.
yoursportsedge.com.
It's a Friday tradition. The smell of popcorn is in the air. The WPKY sports crew is ready. Get on your feet, Tiger fans. It's kickoff time. Caldwell County Tiger football is on the air. Don't miss a moment of tonight's action. Listen live on the free WPKY app, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on the air at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Back to Badgett Stadium in Madisonville, Kentucky. 4.5 minutes before we kick this one off. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes here in the booth. Todd Griffin down on the field. John Miller in the truck getting ready for a good one tonight between the Tigers and the Maroons here from Madisonville. Team captains out at midfield for Madisonville. Caldwell County will have theirs out in just a few seconds. I want to remind everybody that our C3 Electric Power Line Play of the Week is brought to us each week by C3 Electric. C3 Electric sells and services Generac generators. They also do new construction, remodels, and much more. With over 25 years of experience, you can trust C3 Electric for quality service and installation. Bob, usually it's about this time every week we have our prayer for the kids, and since we only have about 3.5 minutes, we'll go ahead and do that right now as well. Holy God, thank you for another Friday night. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the field tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible.
And further, Lord, we ask you to give comfort to the people in eastern Kentucky that have suffered through ravenous floods over the past couple of weeks. Ask that you give courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaches, wisdom and knowledge to the game officials, and lastly, peace to us all. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Tonight's kickoff is going to be brought to you by Purcell Tire. Let's kick off this season with a vehicle checkup with Purcell Tire in Princeton. Keep your vehicle running great so that you'll never be late for school, work, or the ball game with the help of Purcell Tire, Highway 62 West in Princeton. Purcell Tire says, go Tigers. Caldwell County's players on the far sideline, again in the visiting white uniforms with the blue pants and gold helmets. Madisonville in the tunnel, they'll have all maroon on with the white outlined letters and numbers. Caldwell County's new uniforms, I'm kind of digging them, Bob. They look good, a little bit of a throwback with the stripes around the shoulder pads and also down the pants. So good-looking set of uniforms for the Tigers this year.
And the other thing that's important tonight, Dennis, is that we're about 100 yards closer to the field than we were last week over in Christian County, and we can easily pick up these numbers that we had trouble last week identifying who was involved in what. This setup in Madisonville is quite similar to the setup in Murray. We're behind the bleachers, and the bleachers are only about 10 yards off the field, so we are quite close to the action.
Yeah, much better than the country mile field that you have at Christian County over at the Stadium of Champions. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton as we get set to kick this one off. Madisonville now out on the field. A minute and a half before we put this one into play.
And we're still not sure who will be kicking off or who won the toss and that, but we'll find out who's kicking off here shortly.
Bob, I think it's going to be important for Caldwell County to come out and get on the board early. I think that would be such a confidence builder for somebody that struggled through a couple of preseason games, put up the one score last week. Well, they had the field goal, but one touchdown last week against Christian County. So I think just from a confidence level, if they can get in the end zone early in this first quarter, it will really help our young Tigers.
I think so too, Dennis, and that's there's nothing that breeds more confidence is that you've accomplished already what you're trying to do. So confidence breeds confidence.
And don't forget, you can watch this game live streamed on WPKYonline.com. We appreciate everybody telling us whether they listen just to the audio on the radio or whether they watch online as well. All the great comments that we get during the week, and we appreciate everybody tuning in for that. I think John told me tonight, Bob, on the way over 300 hits on the game last week on YouTube. So a lot of people really interested in that live stream, and we think our guy John Miller does a phenomenal job.
And I'm sure there will be that many as well tonight based on just a Caldwell County fan is a Caldwell County fan.
Hey, guys, you got me?
Go ahead, Todd.
I was just going to say the prevailing thought down here is that Caldwell County won the toss and deferred to the second half.
They are set to kick off. Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Thank you, Todd, for that. Kicking off is going to be a kid that had a good kick last week, field goal. It's freshman Sutton Ritchie. Wears an odd number for a kicker. He is number 65, but Ritchie is set to kick this one away and get this game underway. Ritchie approaches, and the kick is up. It's going to be a short kick fielded at the 25-yard line. Bobbled, two players on the ball, still on the ground. Caldwell County recovers at the 22-yard line of Madisonville.
And I think number 80, Dennis, we don't have an 80.
81. Came up with that one, Bob.
Luke Maddox.
So Luke Maddox with the fumble recovery on the kickoff, and Caldwell County in business early, deep in Madisonville territory.
Would you say the 22?
Ball is going to be spotted at the 22-yard line. Tigers will come out with Luke Parker at quarterback. It's going to have Jameis Carnahan, a big workhorse last week at Christian County, and also into the game, Demarius Thompson, D-man, in the game on the left shoulder of Parker. Two receivers set to the left, one to the right. Parker takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looks for the swing pass. It's Carnahan complete at the 22, inside the 10. Hit, still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds, shy of the goal line, but a good run after the catch by Jameis Carnahan.
Nice throw and a nice catch, and he's all the way down to the.
Probably looks like they're going to spot that at about the 4-yard line. Good blocking downfield as well for Carnahan. Caldwell County in good shape here. 1st and 10. D-man with the handoff. He's going to walk into the end zone. We talked about Caldwell County scoring early. Touchdown Tigers. Just 18 seconds into the game, and Caldwell County on the board. 6-0 Caldwell County. Demarius Thompson with a 4-yard run into the left side of the end zone. Caldwell County going left to right on your radio dial here in the first quarter. Sutton Ritchie out for the extra point attempt. It's going to be Parker on the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So Caldwell County early in this one takes a quick lead. It's the Tigers 7, Maroons nothing. Back after this.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cook-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
Most everyone loves to save money, and boy, do we have a great deal for you. Select deals are up to 80% off in our clearance sale. Get yours today before they're all gone. Keep more money in your pocket and save. Shop local, support local, and save local in the Loyal Listener Big Deals store.
Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals at WPKYonline.com.
And back to Madisonville as Caldwell County kicks it away. A better return that time by the Maroons as they get out near the 35-yard line.
Tackle on that play by Gus Fox.
Ball will be spotted at the 33-yard line. I want to tell you about that extra point. It was good, and it was brought to you by Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Goodwin Insurance is a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics.
We had over on this near side, John Stevens, or actually Eli Stevens in the game playing a cornerback.
Bob, I think Mitchell has to come out of the game because his pants weren't down long enough. The official made a reference to his uniform, so that's going to bring in number 8, and I'll let you give me the numbers. You have that,
number
that roster
8 is
for Madisonville.
Handoff
to the only back.
It's Trey Sedgwick.
Good run by Madisonville out to the 45-yard line. On the run, looks like number 25. And we'll get that number.
Brian Barber.
Barber last week, excuse me, they have Marquez Hightower as number 25, Bob, is that right?
I don't know.
Ball's loose, knocked out, and Landon Davis comes up with a fumble recovery at the Madisonville 44-yard line. We'll go with Hightower. That's what the KHSAA stats had that number as last week. But Madisonville shooting themselves in the foot early in this one. Still over 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County comes up with their second turnover of the night. And that'll give the Tigers The ball at the Madisonville 44-yard line, 1st and 10. They're going to send a trip set out to the right, single receiver to the far side. Demarius Thompson takes the handoff, hits the middle of the line, picks up a couple of tough ones before he stood up. Thompson looks healthy and looks like he might get a big workout tonight, Bob. Last week it was Jameis Carnahan in on just about every play. Well, every play but one, offense and defense.
They only gave him a pickup of 1 on that.
Actually, they didn't give him anything. Now they're going to scoot it down a couple. And we'll call it a gain of 1. I thought he pushed the line all the way to the 42-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 43. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Caldwell County. Parker back, gets good protection, looks down the field, wants to go deep down the left sideline. That one's out of bounds. Intended receiver was Xavier Bumpus, who had a good game last week for Caldwell County. But Bumpus had good coverage. It was step by step on the sideline. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Tigers. 10:22 left to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one early, 7-0. Parker with Thompson in the backfield, fakes the handoff. Blitz comes. Parker's going to keep it, has a roll, and gets out of bounds near the 40-yard line, be well shy of a 1st down. There was a lot of traffic back there. I'm not sure if Caldwell wasn't trying to set up a little screen, but he had a lot of pressure in the backfield, had to waive that play.
And they're going to rule him out at the 42, a pickup of 1.
So Caldwell County going for it on 4th down, 2 receivers each side. Parker looks to the sideline. Still 19 seconds on the play clock, so no rush on that one. Parker takes a snap, drops back, gets some pressure, rolls to his right side, still being chased by 3 people. Tucks the ball under, going to stay on his feet, gets inside the 30, and enough for a 1st down.
Down to the 29-yard line.
1st downs brought to you by Lake Barkley CrossFit. You can never be too healthy, too strong, or in too good of health. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level, and they are always free to come and try. That's Lake Barkley CrossFit, where the athletes train. Big 1st down on 4th down for Caldwell County. Extra tight end in. Handoff goes to Thompson. Thompson hits a hole on the left side, but it closes up quickly. Maybe picks up a yard on the play.
Down to the 28. Gain of 1.
That hole looked like it was going to be much bigger, Bob, but closed up by that outside linebacker and keeps Thompson on a short gain of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9, 9:12 to go in the first quarter. 2-back backfield with Carnahan on one side, Thompson on the other. Flag's going to come out. Caldwell County.
Yeah, we were in motion.
Yeah, Thompson left about a half a step way too early on that one. Caldwell County will back it up 5 yards for 2nd down and 14 to come. You think Thompson was looking to get out in that flat and catch a pass on that one? He was kind of licking his chops there a little bit. And I'm sure he's antsy to get out here and make a good showing after setting out the first game of the season. Caldwell County with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Parker fakes it, tucks it, keeps it. Stiff arm at the 30, brought down near the 28-yard line.
Gain the penalty loss back. Pick up of 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
Luke Maddox is the near side receiver. Caldwell County is going to send 3 to the far side. The farthest out wide is going to be Xavier Bumpus.
In center is Brady Holman tonight. Maury Seals is the left guard, and 73. I don't have a 73. Dennis, do you? Is our right tackle.
Not anymore, because Drayden Sherrill used to have that number. Ball is thrown, little contact. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone by Madisonville. He tries to run it out and gets not quite to the 10. I think Bumpus turned one way, the ball went over the other shoulder, and Madisonville's player was there to make a pretty nice catch for the interception in the end zone, so Caldwell County's first turnover of the night. 73 is Cole Sherrill, Bob. That was one of the changes that we got earlier in the broadcast. Turnover comes with 8:06 left in the first quarter. Let's go down for a Go Green field report with Todd Griffin. Instead, let's keep it right here as Caldwell County will come out defensively as Madisonville pinned back at the 9-yard line. Snap is back. Handoff is right up the middle and nothing going there as number 54 and number 73 close that one up. 73 is Cole Sherrill.
And 54 is Maurice Seals. No, 54.
Well, we don't have a
54.
There's a big number 54 down there unless I'm seeing that wrong.
Gain of 1 yard for Madisonville.
Running the ball besides Anais Mitchell from Madisonville, Marquez Hightower is number 25. He's in the backfield, takes the pitch, sees an opening, gets up across the 20, across the 15, close to the 20. But his knee is going to come down at the 18-yard line. That was Hightower on the carry.
And
Madisonville, not the easiest numbers to pick up.
Going to be 3rd and 1.
3 receivers to the far sideline for Madisonville. Empty backfield. Mitchell takes it, has some pressure in the backfield. He's hit and brought down for a loss back at the 15-yard line. So Mitchell not able to gain anything. In fact, loses a couple of yards on the play, and that will bring out the punt team. Kicker for Madisonville is Ivan Juarez.
Hey, Dennis, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
All right, well, just a little battery problem there, that's all. It's going to say big break early for the Tigers on that turnover. Getting out to a big lead early is, big and having the field position advantage. Last week over at Christian County, seemed like Christian County got field advantage early and kept it the whole first half.
Todd, if you could for us, check out number 54 if you have an opportunity, because we don't show that on any roster we have.
All right, give me just a second.
Thank you, brother. Timeout on the field by Madisonville. 6:12 left in the first quarter. Tigers up 7-0. Back after this.
If you're involved in an auto accident, it's your choice where your vehicle is repaired. Some insurance companies refer you to pro shops because they give the insurance company discounts. But with those discounts, the insurance company has input on the parts used and might not always use what is best. At Trice Used Body Shop, they're not partnered with an insurance company, but they give the same lifetime limited warranty to the person who owns the vehicle at the time of repairs. Visit Trice Used in Princeton for your vehicle repairs.
Chick-fil-A of Hopkinsville wants to salute the outstanding achievements of our area student athletes. Each week, a student athlete will be chosen based on academics, athletics, and achievements. Watch for the Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com. Academics, athletics, and achievements at Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com.
And we're back here at Maroon Stadium. Punting on 4th down is Madisonville. They get off a short punt that goes out of bounds at the Madisonville 30-yard line. So a net gain there of only 15 yards, Dennis. And while we're changing fields, that timeout was brought to us by Travis Construction and Concrete. For your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete.
Caldwell County's had great field position. Every possession has been on the Madisonville end of the field. Parker stands at the 36-yard line where he takes a snap, hands it off to Carnahan. Carnahan hit early but keeps the legs moving, gets across the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
Hey, Dennis, I've got another Go Green update for you from the sideline. Number 54 tonight is Miguel Pena. And also, after that punt, I'm obligated to say, thank you very much.
we play too much golf to use that word, Todd.
I would never use that word on the golf course.
Thank you for that. Number 54, Miguel Pena, changes from number 8. Handoff, D-Man Thompson hits that left side, breaks a tackle, and gets close to a first down.
They're gonna mark it at the just outside
Just
the 20.
outside the 20, yeah.
Pick up of 7 yards on that play.
And the official will take an official's timeout as Thompson stays on the ground, but they're helping him up, and looks like he's going to be okay. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit on the tackle. Good first step and quite a bit of speed with D-Man Thompson. He's going to go out of the ball game.
It is going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
Coming in for Thompson is going to be Camden Wofford. So that'll move Carnahan to the backfield. Caldwell County with an extra tight end. One receiver each way. Hand off to Carnahan, hits the line, first down and then some, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Another Lake Barkley CrossFit first down.
Jameis doesn't quite have the size as D-man, but Dennis, he knows how to hit the hole and he knows how to get those shoulder pads down.
And the line has a week's work under them, and you can tell tonight they're really coming off of that ball well.
Tough run by the young man.
Caldwell County keeping the extra tight end in. Xavier Bumpus on the far side. Handoff still goes to Carnahan. Hits that left side. And a hard run will get him across the 15.
And we'll give him the 14.
Near side receiver for Caldwell County. We haven't mentioned that's Eli Stevens, a sophomore.
Jameis is a little more experienced back there, guys, than D-man is. Still trying to learn that position. He'll learn to get those pads down and deliver the blow instead of taking it.
D-man doesn't look like he's hurt. He's on the sideline retying the shoes, so look for him back in probably on this drive. Second down for Caldwell County. Snap is back, rolling, and incomplete. Parker was looking for number 28 for Caldwell County. That's Gus Fox. Just off his fingertips. So the incompletion stops the clock with 4:09 left to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one after a touchdown early in the first 18 seconds. Tigers ahead 7-0. Two receivers left, two to the right. Eli Stevens, the nearest. And whistle is going to blow Caldwell County. A couple of penalties tonight, Bob, leaving a little bit early before the snap. Timing not necessarily there. I think that was Bumpus on the far side that took off before the ball was snapped.
And that 5-yard penalty will take us back to the 18-yard line where it will be 3rd and 13 for the Tigers.
Caldwell County has to get to about the 7-yard line, it looks like, on the far side to pick up the first. D-Man Thompson back into the ball game in the backfield. It's going to put Carnahan at a slot receiver on the left side. Parker takes a snap, drops back, gets good protection, throws to the corner, incomplete. That one well short. Again, looking for Bumpus on that sideline. Bob, those are things. You've got a sophomore quarterback in his second game as a starter, a fairly new receiver in Xavier Bumpus. So that timing will be a little bit better later. Caldwell County is going to go for a field goal. This one will be spotted at the 26-yard line, so a 36-yard attempt coming up, and I think they brought Nichols in. Kick is up, and it's going to come up short in the end zone. Whistles blow it dead.
Yeah, once that ball crosses the goal line in high school, guys, it's dead.
And that was Sutton Ritchie, on the kick. So Caldwell County went for it. Ritchie was trying those in pregame and coming up just a little short from 25, but from the 20-yard line was nailing most of them.
And this ball should be placed on the 20 after the ball crossed the goal line.
So Caldwell County's defense back out on the field, 3:47 with the change of possession. Caldwell County ahead in this one, 7-0. Caldwell has had great field position early in this one, just not able to capitalize. That one, the penalty probably hurt as much as anything that moved him back that 5 yards, that kick came up short. Madisonville still having a little trouble keeping the pants down below the knees. Referee has talked to them again. Whistle blows this one dead, and it's going to be illegal procedure against Madisonville. That will back them up to the 15-yard line and make it 1st and 15.
I think the pants thing, Dennis, is a point of emphasis this year because we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, already a couple of times in this ball game where the quarterback from Madisonville had to actually come out of the ball game on his first possession. First down and 15 from Madisonville. Mitchell drops back, has protection, goes over the middle, complete at the 22-yard line, shakes a tackle, still on his feet, across the 40, and brought down near the 44-yard line. Mitchell hitting number 4 for Madisonville, and that is Tremaine Lovin. First down at the 45. They give him 4. Now they move the ball back to the 44.
Tackle on that play was by Eli Stevens, saving a touchdown.
Yeah, Lovin got loose on a couple of tackles. Mitchell drops back again, wants to go downfield, has some pressure, being chased from behind, and a tackle for a loss back to the 40-yard line. I think that was Gus Fox making the chase down from behind. We'll call it the 40. The ball, the nose of it just outside the 40.
2nd and 14 for the Maroons.
Clock ticking with 3:06 to go in the first quarter. Tigers lead 7-0. 2 receivers to the left side. Now 3 receivers to the left. Mitchell, swing pass, back to Lovin. Lovin catches it, hit at the 45. Forward progress will take him to about the 48-yard line.
You got a nice mark on that one, Dennis.
Yeah, it was pretty favorable.
Gain of 8 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6 for Madisonville.
Big down for Caldwell County early with the clock running 2.5 to go in the first quarter, but a good stop here is needed by Caldwell County. They got what they wanted, the turnover early, the points on the board early. Now we'll see if they can hold that. Anias Mitchell, dangerous on the ground or through the air. Caldwell County shows blitz. They bring number 4, pitch out, gets away from the blitz. It's going to be, looks like a first down from our vantage point for Madisonville. They needed to get to the Tiger 46-yard line. Looks like that's where they got. Tiger on the ground getting up slowly. I think that was Carnahan. He gets up, and it is a first down at the 46 of the Tigers. So Madisonville keeps the drive alive with just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Mitchell in the backfield with a trip set to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Hightower in the backfield. Mitchell gets some pressure, dances around, throws downfield, has a player wide open and overthrows him. He had Quentin Rogers 3 yards past any Caldwell County coverage at the 6-yard line, but overthrows him. Big break for the Tigers. Incompletion stops the clock with 1:45 left in the first quarter. Bob, that's what happened on one of the touchdowns last week at Christian County. Just got behind the defense near the end zone.
And we had him, we had the quarterback trying to run, escape with his life, and all of a sudden got free and saw the wide open receiver, just overthrew him.
Mitchell, a very quick quarterback. Landon Davis almost had him in the backfield. Caldwell County brings Fox on the outside. Mitchell dances around, complete at the 40. Across the 30, hit and brought down near the 25-yard line. That is Tremaine Lovin again. Another Maroon first down at the Tiger 25-yard line. Mitchell really does a good job keeping those feet moving and not being brought down from behind. He's active back there all the time.
And he throws a nice ball on top of that.
He's been accurate.
He
You're right.
threaded that receiver well.
Coming in is number 10 for Madisonville. Let you give me that one.
Number 10 is Evan Robinson.
Madisonville looks to the sideline, and a timeout. Second timeout by Madisonville in the quarter. 1:12 left to play in the first. Tigers 7, Maroons nothing. Back after this.
Running a successful business takes planning, patience, and a whole lot of elbow grease. We believe you have what it takes in spades. That's why First Southern National Bank is here to support the growth of your business with solutions for working capital loans, online services, checking, and treasury management. Prioritizing relationships built on true care for you and your employees is what makes our approach different. Get to know us at FSMB.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, John. And back here at Badgett Complex, Madisonville has 1st and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. Most of it through the air as Anais Mitchell really keeping the drive alive with a little bit of scramble and some very accurate throws. Extra tight end in for Madisonville out of the I formation. Anais Mitchell rolls left, throws downfield in and out of the hands of an intended receiver at the 12-yard line. Madisonville's receivers run some good routes too, Bob. I mean, they're finding some open spots, turning around. Mitchell is delivering the ball right on their hands. He's had a couple of drops where things could be a lot different in this ball game. It'll bring up 2nd down for Madisonville, 2nd and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line.
I think we're doing a great job of containing him, Dennis, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff wants.
Hightower swings out, blocks. Mitchell complete at the 20. And a good tackle by Caldwell County for nothing after that one. For Caldwell, that was Cooper Mobley on the tackle. And number 0 for Madisonville, I think he said Martin, Javion Martin. So Madisonville will have a 3rd down play from the Tiger 19-yard line. Clock ticks down, just about a half a minute to go in the first quarter. Mitchell takes it, handoff goes to Hightower, dances his way up the middle and stopped near a 1st down, but it looks like he got enough for the first as he crosses the 15 down to the 14. So Hightower picks up the 1st down for Madisonville. They'll move the chains. Clock stopped. Well, they'll move those chains with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Tigers still lead 7-0, but Madisonville threatening here near the end of the first quarter. I don't know if Madisonville will get a play off or not. They don't have to if they don't want to run one. They're running a player in right now. Play clock is down to 5. Mitchell with one back in the backfield, and the quarter will run out after 1. It's Tigers 7, Madisonville nothing. Back after this.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Preston Burrell and Lily Hoare.
From switchboard operators to the party line, fax, bag phones, and personal pagers. These days, it's a new cell phone version every year. We've been there for it all, evolved and upgraded for over 71 years, always looking for new ways to be there when you need us. Now, WPKY's commitment continues with a new text line at 270-963-9038, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
And we're back here at Maroon Stadium. Teams changing the end of the fields. The second quarter is going to be brought to us by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Stop in and see Pam and Haverlock at Cozy Living. They have great inventory in that store. He's also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
And it's going to be Madisonville with the football. 2nd down with the ball at the Tiger 14-yard line. Mitchell will be in the backfield with Hightower. They're going to go 2 receivers each side. Madisonville going left to right on the radio dial for the second quarter. Tigers lead this one 7-0. They scored in the first 18 seconds. Snap is back to Mitchell. Quick hit to the side is caught, but not much of a gain, maybe a yard at best. Davis on the tackle for Caldwell County. Cheers with the reception for Madisonville.
We'll give him the 13 to pick up a 1. 2nd down and 9 for Madisonville.
Caldwell County has Stevens defending on the far side of the field. Parker back in the end zone at free safety. Mitchell takes a snap. Little shovel pass to Hightower. Hightower is brought down just inside the 10-yard line.
I think they're going to to mark it at the 9.
Let's go down for a Go Green Field report with Todd.
Dennis, I was just going to point out that Madisonville, especially down at the other end of the field, a little loose with the handle on the football a couple of times. So, if Caldwell County can get in there real quick and get a quick hit on somebody, might see that ball pop loose again.
Yeah, it was a fumble, a muffed reception on the kickoff early in the first quarter that led to Caldwell County's first touchdown. But you're right. Caldwell County put a helmet on one. They could knock this one loose. It would be big.
Key down, 3rd and 5.
Hand off to Hightower. Hits the right side of the line, and I think he's going to be stopped short of the first down.
At the 6, a pickup of 3.
So do you go for the 3 points, or you try to pick up the 1 yard?
4th and 2. Oh, they're not going for the field goal.
No, it's going to be 4th and a short 2. Madisonville gets to the line. 2 receivers each way. Mitchell under center, and Caldwell County jumps. He put the hard count on. Caldwell County bit, and it will be a first down for Madisonville. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line at the 3. You could almost tell when Mitchell went under center what the plan was for that one. He hit the hard count, Caldwell bit, and now Madisonville with 4 opportunities from inside the 3-yard line. Line bunched up, handoff to Hightower, takes it, hit, and gets across. Touchdown, Madisonville. Hightower met the contact right outside the goal line, but was able to power through and gets the Maroons on the board. Caldwell leads 7-6. That score comes with 9:55 left to go in the first half. Madisonville will trot out Ivan Juarez. Juarez 1 for 1 on extra point attempts. 0 for 1 on extra point attempts. Snap is back, kick is up, and kick is good. So with 9:55 left in the half, we are tied at 7. Back after this.
December 10th impacted our community in a way that we will never forget. Much was lost that night, some of which can never be replaced. In the days since, we have witnessed something that can never be taken away. The pride of our community, the resiliency of our people, and their resolve to rebuild. The road to recovery has begun. Farmers Bank wants to do our part to help those impacted by the storm. Let us walk you through the process with our Rebuild Construction Loan Special. Call us or apply online to get started. This is Jeff McDaniels, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYonline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYonline.com.
And we're back here at Maroon Stadium. Madisonville lining up to kick off. Back deep for the Tigers is pick up that number.
I think that is D-Man Thompson and Xavier Bumpus. They'll be back to their 10-yard line. Caldwell County had some opportunities and great field position in that first quarter. Could only put 7 on the board. Madisonville comes back here early in the second quarter and ties it up at 7 on a short run by Hightower. Kick is up and fielded at the 15-yard line. It's D-Man Thompson trying to get outside on the right side of the field, brought down just across the 30 at the 32-yard line. First time tonight, I think, Bob, that Caldwell County has started in their own end.
It is the first time.
That one, if D-Man had been able to break that one tackle, he had some open field close to midfield. But instead, Caldwell County will start at the 32-yard line.
So far tonight, Luke is 1 out of 4 with 1 interception. So he needs to kind of have a couple, 3 completions to get his confidence going again in the passing game.
Caldwell County has Bumpus and Kenyon Richardson to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. And it's Carnahan with the handoff out of the backfield. Good run to the left side, to the right side. Picks up about 6 on the play, it looks like.
They're going to mark it at the 30. 39 maybe.
Good crowd on hand
38.
for both sides tonight. They're not going to spot him very well. I thought he got
we've gotten some
out close
lousy
to the
spots
40.
tonight, yeah.
Yeah, that spot is only going to be at the 38-yard line.
Pickup of 6 on the play.
Carnahan's going to stay in the game as the back to the left shoulder of Parker. 2 receivers set each way for Caldwell County. Snap is back. Parker rolls left, looks down the field. Now some pressure, and it looks like probably a hold. Parker gets rid of it, throws it out of bounds. But the sideline official threw the flag on that rollout, and you suspect a hold because Madisonville was really putting the pressure on, and it is going to be a hold against Caldwell County. Let's do a Go Green Field report. Todd, you want to tell us about the new location for the Saturday morning quarterback?
Absolutely. We are on location all season long at the Biscuit Hut over across the street from the radio station. So we appreciate everybody coming out to the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery and checking out the show. We'll be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Coach Will Barnes is actually going to call in tomorrow. He will be away, but Wayne McGowan and Jeff Riley will be there, and we'll have Saturday morning quarterback, 9 o'clock in the morning from the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery.
Thank you, Todd. Parker out of the shotgun. He's going to bring Carnahan back up to his shoulder. Moving Carnahan now to the left side. Extra tight end in for Caldwell County. Only 1 receiver each way. Parker fakes the handoff, wants to go deep, looking for Xavier Bumpus, and not even close on that one, just across midfield. Bumpus has had excellent coverage on him tonight. We'll see if we can get that young man's number because Bumpus has been stride for stride with his maroon defender. Most of the times Parker has looked his way. That'll bring up 3rd down for Caldwell County.
I can't see that number, Dennis.
No, he's got it kind of tucked up under his number 18, Bob.
Number 18 is Destin Cheers.
Empty backfield for Luke Parker. Throws over the middle. It's caught, but hitting the ground is Fox at the 30-yard line. He caught the ball, but caught it with one knee down. And that'll bring out the punt unit for Caldwell County with 9:14 left to go in the first half. We are tied at 7 here in Madisonville. Caldwell County finally gets to go home next week, open up the homestand against the Hopkinsville Tigers. Hopkinsville highly rated this year. Tough match coming up for Caldwell County. Parker rolls. Punt is away. It's across midfield and then out of bounds. We'll see where they walk it off to on the far sideline. Bob, the stands on the visitor side look almost full, but a big crowd here for Madisonville tonight as well.
Madisonville with all these stands over here seemingly full, Dennis.
You know, guys, that crowd kind of filled in after the opening kickoff tonight at 7 o'clock. It was just a little bit bare over here, but people have been coming in ever since then, and like you guys said, we have a good crowd now.
Kind of like a home game for the Dodgers with the crowd coming in about the 3rd inning.
So they're going to leave about the 6th? Is that right?
Well, most Dodger games are over by then.
Oh, so. I got you.
Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of Madisonville. Hightower with the handoff. Dances around, gets hit after about a 2-yard gain. Caldwell County really going to the football well. Carnahan in on the tackle along with number 15 for Caldwell County. That's Camden Wolford. And also in there, Cooper Mobley.
3 yards on that play.
We mentioned Mobley's name a lot last week, Bob, for a freshman.
Had a really nice game.
Madisonville will take the snap from the 46-yard line. They're going to put 2 receivers each side with Hightower in the backfield. 1 receiver in motion. He takes the pitch coming to the near sideline. Hit, stays on his feet and gets across midfield to the Tiger 49-yard line. Very close, but short of a first down. I think that was, again, number 4, Tremaine Loven.
Yeah, we're not getting any favorable spots. Pick up a 4 makes it 3rd and 3.
Caldwell County coaches wanted an illegal block on that one, guys, but it was away from me and I couldn't see it.
Tigers will line up defensively, trying to stop Madisonville, who's on a little bit of a momentum swing here. Hightower with the ball on the handoff. He's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage. Should not be a gain, but we'll see where the spot is.
I think they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage.
Good hit in the middle of that line for Caldwell County to stop that run.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 3, and will they go for it?
Looks like they're keeping Mitchell on the field. And they will go for it. They check the wristbands. See if Mitchell does the hard count again. Caldwell County surely learned their lesson the last time. And he does take the snap. Pitches to the backfield, trying to get out wide. And it's going to be enough for a first down. Flag comes in after the play from the back judge.
We will see.
Unless it's against Madisonville on a hold, it will be a first down.
I think we've got a hold on Madisonville that time. So maybe the Caldwell coaches, actually pleading their case earlier might have gotten a call, but.
Yeah, played a little chess move on that one, preparing for a little bit later. 6:52 left to go in the first half. Officials talk this over. We're knotted at 7. Big call coming up right here, right at midfield, because Madisonville has had a little momentum the last few minutes.
Apparently
Caldwell,
it's against Caldwell
is giving the impression it is against the Tigers. Hold against Madisonville.
Well, how can you mark it off that way if it's against Madisonville? He pointed toward Madisonville.
He gave the call against Madisonville unless it's offsetting, but they still have a first down marker unless it's a personal foul against Caldwell County somewhere.
No, now I think we have graduated to the ability to read a rule book.
And it is a personal foul against Caldwell County tacked on, so the difference in yardage on the fouls will give Madisonville the first down.
I thought that.
I'm assuming that's a late hit on the tackle out of bounds, guys.
That's the only thing it could be. Down to the – well, how can it be to the 35? I mean, they're offsetting.
Well, they went 10 yards one way and 15 the other. They actually marked off both.
But they actually picked up 15 yards on the play.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ball thrown into the end zone. This one's going to be almost picked off. Xavier Bumpus had that one in the grips, not able to hold on. Mitchell tried to thread a needle between Stevens and Bumpus. You're right, Bob. I thought at best they would pick up 5 yards from where the ball was.
They've got it marked at the 36, so they actually picked up a 13 yards on that penalty.
Second down and 10 for Madisonville. Mitchell drops back, has a hole, turns it down, throws. This one incomplete. That one in and out of the hands of number 0. And that's Javion Martin. I think they announced him. He's actually got number 2 on the roster, but number 0 is Martin. That one could have been a completion for Mitchell. He's had a few of his passes dropped. Third down and long now for Madisonville. Clock stops with 6:42 in the half. Stay tuned at half for Todd and Gary with the Little Caesars halftime report from the field. We'll have a moment in Caldwell County Tiger football history along with all the stats of the first half. That's on the Little Caesars halftime report. Mitchell drops back, no pressure. Caldwell County trying to give chase now. Mitchell throws too hard. Threw a bullet from about 6 yards to number 3, Quentin Rogers. That may have broke a bone in Rogers' hand had he tried to catch that, Bob, because it was let go. Fourth down, and Madisonville will bring out the punt unit. Or do you go for this? They brought the offense off the field.
I think number 4 is the punter.
So you got to watch for maybe a fake punt here, since they're not going to gain a lot of field position. Caldwell County almost jumps. They get back. Snap is back. Punt, low line drive. That one's going to roll right into the end zone. So Caldwell County will take over. That one never got above shoulder pad high. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tigers and Maroons tied at 7. We'll also have some area scores coming up at halftime. A lot of good games around the area, including McCracken County at Bowling Green, Murray at Callaway County, Russellville's at Glasgow tonight, Christian County on the road at Logan, Hoptown and Mayfield. That'll be a good test early for the Cardinals of Mayfield. You've got Davis County and Catholic, Apollo and Owensboro, Crittenden County at Webster, and Fort Campbell at Todd Central, just to name a few. Parker back. He's going to get it to Richardson. Richardson, a spin move, hit at the 20. Had a nice initial spin move by Kenyon Richardson, but turns around and gets a face full of maroon after that.
Pick up a 1 yard on that pass play.
Clock keeps running with now just over 6 minutes to play in the first half. Parker comes to the near hash mark. And from our vantage point, Bob, you made the note of it in the pregame, looks like the only hash marks. The other side looks worn out. Carnahan in the backfield. And it looks like a timeout on the field. Caldwell County will take a break and be right back. Tied at 7 in Madisonville.
Let's do one.
Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
And we're back here at Madisonville Maroon Stadium. The timeout just occurring, brought to us by Travis Construction and Concrete. See them for your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction. Now for the call, the play, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. It's Parker with Carnahan to his right side. Snap is back, little pitch to Richardson in motion, trying to get outside, still on his feet, gets enough for a first down. He's pushed out just shy of the 40. Good run by Kenyon Richardson.
And we'll see where they mark that. Maybe they're giving him to the 35.
Nice block by Eli Stevens on this right side guy to get that where Canyon could cut that up and pick up that yardage.
Lake Barkley CrossFit first down for Caldwell County at the 35-yard line. Todd, we have not seen D-Man Thompson in a few plays. Any word on him from the sideline?
Still working on the leg over here. Hopefully we'll see him back before this game's over.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from the Tiger 35.
Parker set to take the snap. Handoff in the backfield, slips. As Carnahan lost his footing, it'll be a loss of a couple of yards anyway.
Third back to the 33.
Caldwell really started out the first quarter with momentum, had great field position on the first 3 drives, but after that initial touchdown 18 seconds in, the Tigers have kind of stalled out, and Madisonville has taken over the momentum, tying this game up early in the second quarter at 7. We tick under 5 minutes to play until halftime. Great night for football here in Madisonville. A few clouds, a little rain in the area, but nothing here tonight. Parker calls for the snap, trip set to the right. He wants to come near side, throws it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Again, looking for Xavier Bumpus. And the coverage on Bumpus has been pretty dang good so far tonight. Again, that's number 18, Destin Cheers. So I don't know how many more times we try to go to that one, Bob, because it has not been there 3 times here in the first half that we know of.
We tried to break that one inside, and if we can break it inside and keep him on our hip and Luke puts the ball in, we can catch it. We're not going to outrun that guy.
Parker with pressure, scrambling, throws, out of bounds. Madisonville is going to want an intentional grounding on that. But it's going to bring up 4th down and long for Caldwell County.
Yeah, if you're outside the pocket this year, guys, you can throw it. The ball just has to go back.
I'm sorry, Todd. Say that again. You broke up a little bit on us.
Yeah, you can actually throw the ball away this season if you're outside the pocket. You just have to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage. That's why we saw that call made last week, over at Christian County. Officials ruled that the Parker's pass didn't get back to the line of scrimmage over there.
Yeah, that one was dangerously close. This time the snap is over Parker's head, able to get the kick away, but not much on it. Madisonville's going to take over with very good field position in Tiger territory. Yeah, when Luke rolled and threw that one, I'm not sure that it made it back to the line of scrimmage. If it did, it wasn't by much. And Madisonville was already going down the sideline to make a case. But the Maroons will come back out. Now they have the great field position. Ball at the Tiger 38-yard line. 1st and 10 with Anias Mitchell at quarterback. He has Marquez Hightower in the backfield with him. They'll bring a trip set to the right. Single receiver to the left. Mitchell with Hightower to his right shoulder. Calls for the snap. It's a keeper. Mitchell takes it to the right side. Picks up gain across the 35. Hit at the 33-yard line and brought down.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Design keeper by Anias Mitchell. Kid gained over 200 yards, 201 to be exact, last week against Union County. So always a threat on the ground. Had kind of a fair night, you would say, I guess, through the air last week. He did get 126 yards, but the passing percentage not real great. Mitchell's going to move Hightower to his left side. Trip set now moves left. Little shovel pass over to Hightower. Cuts it back up the middle, still on his feet. Hit and knocked down. But he gets a first down and a gain to the 21-yard line of Caldwell County.
Pickup of 12 yards on that pass play.
Madisonville really beginning to open up some holes in the middle of that line. So 1st and 10 for Madisonville, 3.5 to play in the first half. Score tied at 7. Caldwell County looked like they were going to come out and just roll tonight, but after that initial touchdown, it's been mostly Madisonville. Hand off to Hightower. Gains enough to get across the 20 to the 18-yard line. Madisonville in no hurry to give the ball back to Caldwell County.
Pick up of 3 yards on the play.
Little Caesars halftime report with Todd and Gary on the field coming up at halftime. Area scores, news of football history from Caldwell County, and all of the stats coming your way on the Little Caesars halftime report. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. 2 players in the backfield. This time handoff is going to go left. It's Fox riding the back of Madisonville's player. And I'm not sure which Maroon that was. May have been Robinson. But Fox doing all he can to keep him away from that first down. 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Maroons. Madisonville looking to the sideline to see what play is going to come in. They're going to keep 2 backs in the backfield. Mitchell's going to go under center. A couple of times he's done this, trying to get the hard count. Ball's loose, flags go down. They're going to blow this one dead, and it's going to be a procedure call and move Madisonville back. I think Mitchell tapped and wanted the ball. The center didn't make the snap, and he had to reach back in and get it. It looked like Mitchell took a step back, took a step towards the right. They were going to try to quick count Caldwell County, and the center not up to date on the play.
3rd down and down remains.
3rd down. Yes,
3rd down, 3rd and 6.
So a little bit of a break for Caldwell County, but they still need a hold here as we go under 2 minutes. Mitchell takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks to the end zone, throws complete at the 10, and out of bounds is going to be Martin.
Yeah, I think that's enough to give him the first down.
It is going to be 1st and goal now. Ball spotted right on the 10-yard line. Clock stopped at 1:40. Bob, if anybody we know ever hits the lottery, we want a press box with a picture window. Leaning out here to see it. Hand off to Hightower up the middle across the 5. Shy of the goal line. Best I can tell, they're going to spot him around the 2. Pick up of at least 7, maybe 8 on the play by Hightower. 1:22 left in the first half. Madisonville in no hurry. If they score, they want to score with no time left for Caldwell County to do anything with. Extra tight end into the ball game for Madisonville. Only one receiver each side. Handoff up the middle, pushing back, but he kept the feet going, and it's a touchdown, Madisonville. Good first hit by Jameis Carnahan, but Madisonville player kept the legs moving.
Did you get the player, Dennis?
I did not. He came up out of a pile, Bob.
I think that was number 33.
Say it again, Todd. You're cutting out again.
Yeah, 33.
33, all right. 33 is Ricky Lane Bowles. Madisonville sends Juarez in for the extra point attempt. Kick is blocked. So with 1 minute to play, it's Madisonville 13, Caldwell County 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on WPKY.
At Caldwell Medical Center, our transitional care patients receive the same care as they would in a skilled nursing facility, including physical, occupational, respiratory, speech therapies, and more. Every situation is unique. We help our patients reach their personal goals for independent living, all delivered with the care and compassion our patients deserve. Right here, close to home. For more information, visit caldwellmedical.com.
And we're back here at Maroon Stadium. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Madisonville just having scored on a 2-yard run, missing the extra point, and now they lead 13-7 over the Tigers.
Bob, don't forget, before we go to the halftime report, Little Caesars halftime report, Todd will be catching Coach Barnes as they leave the field at halftime. So want to stick around for that. Don't jump away as soon as the half is over. Caldwell County with a minute to see if they can get something going. They played most of the second quarter, if not all, without D-Man Thompson, who took a good hit earlier in the ball game. Haven't seen him since. Hopefully he'll get back in. He was a difference maker early, able to pick up good yardage in that first quarter. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton. Madisonville with the ball teed at the 40. Little pooch kick is going to be fielded by Eli Stevens. Good hands as Stevens takes it on a dive at the 38-yard line. So Caldwell County with decent field position to start out here. Trying to get points on the board. They're going to spot Eli at the 39-yard line. So Caldwell County will bring the offense out, trying to do something in 1 minute. Number 1, Luke Parker in the backfield. He's going to send Bumpus this way. Trip set to the far side. Carnahan in the backfield to the right shoulder. Madisonville shows blitz. They bring it. Parker in trouble. Gets hit, spins, and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage or a yard pickup. But a good job by Parker to avoid that blitz because Madisonville brought everybody. Timeout on the field with 52 seconds left in the first half. Madisonville leads 13-7, back in 30 seconds.
You'll find over 30 years experience to work for you at U-Ride in Princeton. They are hometown proud and ready to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely. You'll find variety and quality vehicles along with on-the-lot financing. And of course, you can always apply online at uridesales.com. Stop by or call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff at U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton, 270-365-3018. Hometown proud. Go Tigers!
And we're back here at Maroon Stadium. Caldwell County facing a second down, 9 yards to go from the Tiger 40-yard line. 52 seconds remain in the first half. Both teams huddling on the side now. Madisonville returns to action on the field, as does the Tigers. And for the call, my buddy and partner, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell County is going to come out with dual receivers on the right and left. Richardson and Bumpus on the near side. Looks like Stevens, the far side receiver, to the right. Fakes the handoff. Parker drops back, wants to come to midfield. It's complete for a second. Now it's going to be picked off in and out of the hands of Carnahan. But I think number 10, did they say number 10 came down with it? Carnahan's still on the ground.
No, I don't think they intercepted.
It looked like it was knocked out of the hands of Caldwell County. So a break for Caldwell County that it wasn't intercepted, but a bad break for Caldwell County that Carnahan's still down on the field. Trainer is out checking him out. We've already been minus D-Man Thompson since, I think was it late in the first quarter, Bob, early in the second?
Probably midway of the late first quarter.
Coach Barnes comes out to check. And let's check that. Maybe that is is that 20 or 28? Really blocked by the trainer right now. Let's go down to the field for a Go Green report, see if Todd can pick this up. And it is Gus Fox, number 28. Todd, tell us what you can see on that side.
Yeah, couldn't really see much. That's on the other side, but that is Gus Fox. He's getting up and walking across under his own power, so maybe just shaking up a little bit. I'm hoping the Tigers can get in the locker room here at halftime, shake off some nagging injuries, and come back out full speed in the second half.
Fox had the reception at midfield, and it was a nice pass from Parker into double coverage, but it was knocked loose. And I really thought for a second that number 10, Evan Robinson, had come down with the football. But a break for Caldwell County as it's now 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. Still 46 seconds left on the clock. Maroons lead this one 13-7 as we near halftime here in Madisonville. Parker in the backfield with Carnahan. Parker drops back, hits Bumpus at the 42, gets up to about the 44. And he will be brought down shy of a first down. Bob, a young player that we haven't had a chance to call his name much tonight, but Eli Stevens has been in on several plays. There's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here and tell you about our friends that sponsor our timeouts, and they are Travis Construction and Concrete. These guys are probably as busy as a bee right now. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete.
And one thing we don't want here, Dennis, is a high snap or a fumbled snap or a blocked punt.
Caldwell County will kick it away. 40 seconds left on the clock. Madisonville may be expecting a fake punt. They finally do drop somebody back. They'll put somebody at the 25. Fox in motion, but still noticeably limping. Parker rolls, gets off a terrible kick. It's going to bounce and take a Caldwell bounce, but still only down to the 39-yard line of Madisonville. Looked like he caught the front end of the football and just kicked it almost straight up.
Is at the Madisonville 39.
36 seconds left now for the Maroons, who have had the momentum better part of the first half. After a shaky start to the game, gave Caldwell County some great field position.
I'm not sure whether Madisonville is out of timeouts. I almost think they are, Dennis.
I think they are now. They called that last timeout to keep some time on the clock. Mitchell has protection. Now he gets to roll, giving chase is Wofford. Mitchell throws incomplete. Looking for a receiver at midfield was number 8, Trey Sedgwick. 2nd and 10 coming up. Incompletion stops the clock with 29 seconds on what feels like an extremely long first half. So Mitchell will be back in the backfield with Hightower. Madisonville will bring a trip set to the line on the right side. Single receiver to the far side. Caldwell County in man coverage. Whistle will blow this one dead. And leaving a little bit early was Madisonville, so that will back them up 5 yards. As we said, Tigers finally open the season at home next week for the home part of the schedule against a very good Hopkinsville Tiger team. Maybe the last time we faced Hopkinsville if the consolidation goes through. Caldwell County really giving some distance to the receivers on the near side. Mitchell throws, knocked out. He had the completion, but Davis knocks the ball out at the 46-yard line. So on the incompletion, that stops the clock with 23 seconds left. 13-7 is your score. Madisonville with the lead. 2 second-quarter touchdowns for the Maroons.
3rd and 15 for the Maroons.
23 seconds on the clock. A big third down hold here. Is what Caldwell County needs. Keep this thing a one-possession game. Don't let anything crazy happen. Mitchell's going to roll, looking to keep it himself up across the 40. Now darts back inside the 40. Good chase down by Davis. Brings him down at the 39-yard line.
Pick up a 5 yards on the play.
Now we'll get a Caldwell County timeout as the Tigers want to see if they can get something out of this last 10 seconds.
So a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here as Caldwell County takes the timeout. Travis Construction and Concrete timeout on the field. And maybe if they get the right, if they bring everybody, maybe can block this kick, Bob. It could be big. You pick it up, run it in. We've seen stranger things happen.
We did block the extra point, so there's some looseness in that Maroon line, perhaps.
For about the first 8 minutes of the ball game, it looked like it was going to be all Caldwell County. They had great field position, scored early, like we mentioned in the pregame, would be huge for Caldwell. And then it's